ever sit at home watching this show and wonder, who are these people? Well, tonight we will help you get to know them and maybe provide a little insight on how they form their opinions. We're going to ask each panelist a series of questions, beginning with Carl, and the question is, what's your entertainment, Carl?
My entertainment? Well, I am a voracious reader. And as a matter of fact, in honor of Leonard Nimoy's recent passing, I went and pulled all his poetry books. He was a wonderful poet and a pretty darn good photographer. And I had all his poetry books, and I went and perused them once again over the recent last week or two.
Wow, who would have known that? Jim, how about you?
So I would, some would call it work. I call it entertainment. I like to cook. And recently it's been more healthy cooking. But I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy putting together new things and trying new things and really exploring the culinary arts to see if I can please my family with whatever concoction I put together. And sometimes I do very well, and sometimes not so much.
Get a thumbs down every once in a while?
Yeah,
especially from my son. I was told last night that he doesn't like Alfredo.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll just note down
way, shape, or form.
Day and time that the rest of us are coming over, right?
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, Bob, you're up.
All right, I will have to say that if you asked me that question probably 15 months ago, I would have said golf. But I got to tell you, 15 months ago something great happened in our lives, and his name is Bo, and there's nothing more entertaining and more precious to me and to spend my time than to watch him discover new things, do new things. If you've never watched a 14-month-old, parking every one of his little cars on a chair, and then music comes in and he starts to dance, well, that is the best entertainment. It will lighten your soul, I'm telling you. Everything just disappears. So.
See, I didn't think kids were in, I thought they were off limits, obviously, but my kids, I don't know.
Then golf, okay?
I don't know that they consider them entertaining.
Well, let me put in my 2
You're right.
cents.
Well, he is entertaining.
But you're right about watching them discovering
love
things
them.
and just seeing the little epiphanies.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah.
love
Oh, my.
Yeah.
But,
we got to move along.
Yeah,
And I'll throw mine in. My entertainment's baseball.
Okay.
And I have to be there at the game.
I was going to say.
Yeah, at the game, 10 rows up, third baseline. I love it. I'll sit
10
there
rows
all
up, third base line.
I'll sit there all afternoon, especially if it's the O's. But guys, the O's and your children will break your heart. Absolutely.
No, every time.
Every
Yeah,
time.
every
Okay.
time.
Question number 2. Who would you like to meet? We're going to go around again with Carl. Who would you like to meet?
My goodness. Well, since in my current attitude of run, Joe, run, I wouldn't mind meeting Joe Biden.
There you go. That'll work. Well, and I think we know why from one of the previous discussions.
Probably so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Jim, how about you?
So you went to me second, and I'm not sure I have a good one for this one. I'm going to say someone she has passed, but I would have liked to have met Mother Teresa.
Yes.
Only because those type of people that are just totally about others inspire me. And I see that and I appreciate that. I get inspired by just the McDonald's clerk that is actually friendly. So you can imagine being in the same room with Mother Teresa. I would have been very interested to hear what advice she would have for me.
Would you take it and
that I'm
do
not
that?
sure of, but it's great to hear.
Because she wrote a lot of stuff down. I can give you a book.
I'm quite sure of that.
Okay. Bob, who do you want to meet?
I got to tell you, Richard Nixon.
Oh,
wow.
Another good one.
I'd like to personally shake his hand and thank him for keeping me out of Vietnam. So.
Oh,
Wow. He got us out.
That was Henry Kissinger, but.
Well, okay, Nixon was president. Jeez, Pete, give the guy a little bit of credit for something once in a while.
Oh, I tell you.
Anyway, yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, I'm going to tell you, it has been for many years because I read her biography, and that's Margaret Thatcher.
Wow.
One of the first women that it really, really led a major country to success and out of recession. And so I'd like to find out how she did it and maybe repeat that here. So, all right, we're up number 3. I think we have time for one more question. And what public office would you like to hold? Now, we're not talking about campaigning right now on the thing, but just, where would you make the most impact, Carl?
I'm not. There is none. No, thank you. No. No
public
desire,
office
no
at all.
public office whatsoever.
All right, well, that's
I
sweet.
lack the ego for public office.
You think ego drives people to public office?
Yes, more often than not.
Okay.
All right, Jim?
So I am with Carl on this. I would have to say I have no aspirations to hold any public office of any sort. I would love to be involved in a very significant, perhaps even a presidential campaign at some point. But in terms of just like other than in this case, I'm in front of the camera tonight. Usually I'm a behind the camera guy. I'm a behind the camera guy in terms of public office as well.
All right, Bob? I mean,
Well,
you've already held
I've held
so
public
let-
office,
you-
and I'll tell you, these guys probably have it right, okay? But I have to admit that there is one thing that I would like to do yet in my lifetime, and that is to be involved in the Economic Development Commission at some level, either at the county or the city.
Is that an elected position?
It's not an elected
It's
position.
appointed.
No, it's an appointed position. And the reason why is because there are times when we've made decisions in the past, and I will speak bluntly about the city of Hagerstown, where we have made bad decisions when it came to economic development. And I think that in order for us to move forward as a community, things need to change. And I don't know if that change can be done by someone in an elected office or if somebody who's appointed and can help lead other people.
Cool.
Well, I'll tell you, we've run out of time. I've been in the elected office, so I'll pass for this night. Last call up in 3 minutes.